Hello student, welcome you to Mohan's classes. In this video clip, we will learn economics first chapter, that is Understanding Development, Part 2. First topic, economic and other objectives. Economic, sorry, income and other objectives. Let us analyze first table once again. We know in the part 1 of the video clip there was a table. So let us analyze the first table once again. The main objective for all the individual listed in the table is earn more money. So the first part of this video clip we have learned that, or there is a table, it is mentioned that different opinion and different aspiration of different people, according to them what is development. So in that table what we learn, the main objective for all individual listed in the table is to earn more money. If you talk about the student, they want what they want better education facilities, good employment and housing. If you talk about the daily wages worker, they want fair work and more wages and work throughout the year. Or if you talk about the industrialist, they want what? They want to produce more and they want to earn more profit. So what is this all? That means each and everyone they wanted to more money. So let us take some of the example. For example, the laborer want better work. The laborer they want better work. Next, the industrialists they want more profit, and the industrialists they want more profit. The college students and the unemployed engineer want better employment opportunities to increase their income. So through this example, what you learn that for the laborer they want better work, they want good wages or good salary. Seems like that industrialists they want more profit. And if you talk about college students and unemployment engineer, they want what? Better education and good employment opportunities to increase their income. But why is this so? But why is this so? It is because people think that they can fulfill their needs and raise their standard of living if they earn more money. It is why because people think that they can fulfill their needs. It is why that people think that they can fulfill their needs and raise the standard of living if they earn more money. So according to people, or according to people thinking, it is that they wanted to more money and they want to fulfill their desire and they want to have a good standard living if they earn more money. So in this paragraph we will learn that the reason or the main objective of all the individual listed in the first table is what? Earning money. For example, the laborer they want good job, they want work throughout the year and they want good wages. For the industrialist, they need more profit. For the college students and unemployment engineer, they want good education and better employment opportunity to increase their income. So why all these things happening? It is because what? People want to fulfill their needs and they wanted to raise their standard of living by earning more money. Next paragraph. People also have other needs and desires. Not only this one that they want more money, but they also have other needs and desires. Apart from earning a good income, which they also consider to be important. That means not only earning good money, but also there are some other things they think that is important. Let's see some of the example. Apart from income, what people need and what their desires. So let's begin this paragraph. People want freedom and expect to be treated equally by all in the society in which they live. That means including money and including income, they also want some other important things. What is that? People want freedom and expect to be treated equally in the society in which they live. That means they wanted to be treated equally, or they want equal freedom and facility where they are living in the society. They also see security as needed because a person cannot progress and develop in insecure environment. That means people also needed security because they knows that people cannot live in a place where it is insecure environment, or in an insecure environment people can't live. That's why they want security. Next, the concept of security in the context is society that is free of fear and discrimination, and where special measures are taken to protect the backward classes and they are provided with opportunities for development. So, what is the concept of security in the context of these people or in a society? The concept of security is that the society that is free and fear of discrimination. So, according to the society, the security in the sense that people want free of fear and discrimination, and there should be special measure has to be taken to protect the backward classes. Second things, they want that a society where special measures have been taken to protect the backward classes, and they are provided with opportunities for development. Third thing is that the society where they are provided opportunities for development. So what is the concept of security in the context of society? The first thing is that free of fear and discrimination. First thing is that free of fear and discrimination. Second thing, special measures are taken to protect the backward classes. Second thing is that special measures has to be taken to protect the backward classes. And third is that they must be provided with good opportunities for development. So these three things has to be provided for development, and this is their concept of security. Next sentence, unemployment people want better employment opportunities so that they can earn more money. But for the unemployment people, what they want? They want better employment opportunities so that they can earn more money. Next, they also look for stability in employment and other family benefits such as medical treatment, housing, drinking water, pollution-free environment, and proper education for their children. That means unemployment people, they want better employment opportunities that they can earn more money. In same time, what happen? They also want a stability of employment. They want a stability in employment and other family benefit. What are that? Like a medical treatment, housing, drinking water, and a environment or pollution free environment, or they want better education for their children. If these benefits are not available, it affects their capacity to work and obstruct their development. That means if such kinds of facilities are not available, then it affects their capacity of work and it obstruct their development, or it become what? A hindrance or stumbling block for the development. So in this paragraph we learn that people want freedom and they expect to be treated equally in the society where they are living, and they also want security. So according to them, what is security? That means they also want security as needed because a person cannot live in an insecure society. That's why people also need security. Listen carefully. People want that they should be given freedom and they should be treated equally in the society where they are living. And second thing is that they want security because they can't live in a society where there is no security or in an insecure environment. And according to the people, security means what? That means free of fear and discrimination. First thing, free of fear and discrimination. Second thing, in the society where they are living, there should be special measurement to protect the backward classes. The society where they are living, there should be a special measure has to be taken to protect the backward classes people. And third thing, they also want a good opportunity for development. They also want what? Good opportunities for development. This is the concept of security in the context of society. Next, those who are unemployment, they want better employment opportunities to earn more money. and they also want stability in their employment, and they also need some other family benefits such as medical treatment, housing, drinking water, pollution free environment, and proper education for their children. If these benefits are not available in the society, then it affects their capacity to work and become what? A hindrance for their development. Next topic, measurement and distribution of income. Measurement and distribution of income. Let's begin the paragraph. Let us now discuss which indicators are needed to measure development in a country. So we are going to discuss which indicator is needed to measure the development in a country. That means a country, how far it is developed, how far it is developing. To understand or to measure that one, which indicator we need, that we are going to discuss in this paragraph. One of the most important indicator is income. Listen carefully. One of the most important indicator for measuring development in a country is called what? Income. People meet their needs and fulfill their aspiration with the income they earn. That means how people meet their needs and fulfill their aspiration with the income they are earning. That means that how much they are earning, through that they meet their needs and they fulfill their aspiration. They buy goods and service with their money. That means what about the money they earn? From that money they buy goods and service from that money. So the total production of goods and service of a country help us to estimate the income earned by the people. Listen carefully. So the total production of goods and service in a country help us to estimate earned by the people. That means all the income earned by the people could be calculated or estimate the total production of goods and service in a country. For this we use the per capita or per person gross domestic product, or we say what, GDP, as an indicator. To find out the income or development of a country, we use what? Per capita or gross domestic product, or GDP, as an indicator. Let us look at this table below. Per capita GDP of selected state for 2013-14 in rupees. You see Maharashtra. How much? 1,14,392. That means it is earned by a particular person in the state. That means each person earn this much amount of money. How much? 1,14,392. Next, Kerala. 1,03,820 rupees. Next, Bihar. 31,199. That means each person in Bihar, each person per year they earn how much? 31,199. In Kerala, each person earn per year 1,03,820, and in Maharashtra, each person they earn in a year it what? 1,14,392. Per capita GDP is an average. It is obtained by dividing the total output production of a country by the number of people or population in the country. So what is per capita GDP? It is an average. How? That means it is obtained by the dividing total output of a country. That means total production of country it measured. Thereafter it is divided or calculate under what? The number of people in the country. Listen carefully. What is this GDP or this per capita GDP? It is an average. That means it is obtained how? By dividing total output production of a country by the number of people population in the country. That means total production of the country are divided by the total number of population in the country. Then we get what? The average or the per capita GDP average. The table above gives the per capita GDP of Maharashtra, Kerala and Bihar. So from this table we learn that per capita of which are the state? Maharashtra, Kerala and Bihar. We are talking of the gross domestic product of this state here. So in this table or in this paragraph we are going to talk, or we are talking about gross domestic product of this state, that is Kerala, Bihar and Maharashtra. Try to recall the meaning of gross domestic product from the what you learned in the previous class. So in class 9 only we have learned about gross domestic product or GDP. So try to remember what is the gross domestic product or GDP. It is the value of total goods and service produced by the state during the course of any year. What is GDP? It is the total goods and service produced in a particular state in a particular year. Understood? That means if you take the example of 2019, in a whole year, how much the country produce the goods and service, the total production is called what? GDP. We can see that Maharashtra has the highest GDP per capita among the three states and Bihar the lowest. So as we have discussed from the above table about Maharashtra, Kerala and Bihar, so among these three states, Maharashtra has the highest GDP per capita and Bihar has the lowest GDP per capita. This means that on average goods and service worth 1,14,319 are available for every person in Maharashtra. So what does that mean? That means in Maharashtra for each person 1,14,392 are available. Next, while goods and service worth only 31,119 are available in Bihar. That means whatever the goods and service are available in Bihar, that is each person how much? 31,199 only available. This indicator helps us to compare different states and estimate their development over the year. So this indicator, which indicator? This income or per capita indicator help us to compare different states and estimate their development over the year. Through this we can easily identify the development of the state or country in a year. So in this paragraph we learn that per capita GDP is an average. That means how we calculate or how we measure total goods and service produced in a country, we divided by the total number of people in a country. Then whatever the amount we got, that we distribute or share for each person. So from the above table we came to know that the per capita GDP of Maharashtra, Kerala and Bihar. So in that table we are talking about the gross domestic product of these three states only. So what is then we have to remember what is gross domestic product, because we have all learned in class 9. So it is the what? Total value of goods and service produced in a state in a particular year. So what you learn that above table we learn that Maharashtra is a state which have the highest GDP per capita and Bihar is the state which having the lowest GDP per capita. So according to the table or average, whatever the goods and service are available in Maharashtra, if that can be divided among the people, then each people of Maharashtra would get how much? 1,14,392. Next, whatever the goods and services are available in Bihar, if those amount of goods and service are to be divided by the people of Bihar, then each person will be getting 31,199. So through this indicator we can compare the states and we can estimate that development over the years. Next paragraph. Per capita GDP is an indicator of average availability. That means what is per capita GDP? It is an indicator of average availability, but it doesn't mean that all people in the country get this value of goods and service. That means, as we learned from the above paragraph and table, that the total goods and service of a state divided by the total population of the state, and it is counted that how much each person gets. But it is says that it doesn't mean that all the people in the country get this value of goods and service. How? People's income differs. That means we know that according to person and people, the income is different. That means every person, we are not earning the same amount of money. So some people can buy more service and goods, and some people can buy less depending on their income. So we know that some people, they can buy more service and goods, but some people, they buy less. Why? Because their income is less. That means those who are getting more income, they buy goods and service more, but those who are income is less, they purchase less amount of goods and service. To understand this difference, we need to look at the distribution for income. So to understand this one, which one? That means those who are earning more or getting more money, they purchase more goods and more service, but those who are getting less salary or less amount of money, they purchase less according to their income. So to understand this difference, we have to look at the distribution of income. While average income, that means per capita income, is a good measure for comparison, it tends to conceal differences in their income. This can be better understood by the following table. Let us understand by the following table. Average income of group in rupees. There are certain groups, so average income. Listen carefully. It is the group A, B, C, D, E. Total group. How many groups are there? There are 5 groups. A, B, C, D, E. So in the year of 2010, group A, they earn 2000, group B 4000, group C 5000, group D 6000, group E 3000. So total is how much? Total income is 20,000. Listen carefully. These are the group of people. Which one? A, B, C, D, E. Look at this table carefully. Group A, they earn how much? Only 2000 rupees. Group B 4000, Group C 5000, Group D 6000, and Group E 3000. Now let's look at what is the total income. All group A, B, C, D, E, all together it is 20,000. So this 20,000 we are dividing according to all the groups. How many groups are there? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 groups are there. So 20,000 divided by 5. How much comes? It is comes 4,000. Next one you can see over here. Year 2012. Group A, how much they earn? 2000 rupees. Group B 8,000. Group C 6,000. Group D 6,000. Group E 8,000. So this is the income of every group. Next, what is the total income of all the groups? Total income is how much? 30,000. Listen, their income is different. Group wise, their income is different. Thereafter, what happened? We are counting all together. How much it is? 30,000. Next, 30,000 divided by 5 groups. How much comes? It comes 6,000. It comes 6,000. And this is called what? Per capita income or GDP. It is called what? Per capita income or GDP, or average availability in a state or country. To understand clearly, let us discuss this paragraph once more. It says like this. Suppose there are 5 people in the group. In that group, we saw that there are 5 groups, each of them with different income. We also saw that each group, they have different income. We wish to know how the income of this group change after 5 years. So we want to know that how the income of this group change after 5 years. Above the table shows that the average income was higher in 2012 compared to 2010. Look at this table. In compared to 2010, in 2012 the income is more, because in 2010 it 20,000 rupees, but 2012 it is 30,000. Next, hence it is evident that this group developed. So from this above table, or from this table, we come to know that there are development in this group, because 2010 it is 20,000, but in 12 it is 30,000. That means there is development. Next, but the income of the people in group did not rise equally. But when we talk about the income of the every group, it did not rise equally. You look at this table. So here the income of the group, or the income, it is didn't rise equally. Here it is 2000, but in group B it increased, okay, 4000. Here it is increased 1000. Here there is no rise, and it is how much? 5000. So in this way the income did not increase equally. Next, so the income of A and D remain the same, while B, C and E increase their income. Look at this table. Income of A and income of D, there is no increase as usual, but we can say income of B, C and E, it has changed. Next, that is why it is important to look at the distribution of income while using average income as a measure development. That is the reason it is important to look at the distribution of income while using average income as measure of development. Only then we can know whether everyone get the opportunity to develop, or whether development was limited to only some people. So while we are measuring by using such kinds of indicator, then only we can come to know the or we can get the answer that, or we can come to know that either whether everyone get the opportunity for development, or whether development was limited to only some few people. Next paragraph. Similarly, consumption expenditure is also a major indicator of development, because it is what people spend on obtaining the goods and service they need. What does the next paragraph says? Similarly, consumption and expenditure is also major indicator. What is that? Consumption and expenditure also another major indicator for development. Why? Because it is what people spend on obtaining goods and service they need. That means through this people spend money for obtaining or getting goods and service they want. That means whatever they want, they spend money. Government conducts surveys to find out expenditure of different classes. So what did the government do? They did surveys to find out the expenditure of different classes people, how much they expend. This information helps us to find out how much a particular group spend on the consumption needs. So from this above survey and information, we can find out that how much a particular group spends its consumption needs. The group that spends more on the consumption is considered to be better off. That means the group which spend more money for the consumption, so we consider that to be better off. Consumption expenditure is an indirect way tells us about income distribution among groups in society. That means this consumption and expenditure, it is indirectly tell us that income distribution among the group in the society. That means a person's through consumption and expenditure only we can come to know that income distribution among group in society. So in this paragraph it is says that consumption and expenditure also one of the major indicator of development, because this is the way that people spend their money for getting goods and service they want. That is the reason government has conducted surveys to find out the expenditure of different classes, and through this information help us to find out how much a particular group spend for its consumptions need. And the groups which spend more consumption, it is considered to be what, better off. Next sentence it says that consumption expenditure is indirect way to tell us that the income distribution among the group in a society. Let us now study table below, which shows us the per capita monthly expenditure in rupees for rural household in India. That means in this table we are going to learn and discuss per capita monthly expenditure of a rural household in India. Household in India 2011-12. Okay, household. First one is farmer or self-employed. Per month, how much they spend? 1,436 rupees per head. This is the expenditure of a farmer or self-employed family. For each person, they spend how much? 1,436. Next, wage earner, that means regular laborer. They spend how much? They spend 2002 rupees per capita or per head in a month. Next, casual farm labor. How much they spend? 1159 per capita per month or per head per month. This is the expenditure of rural household in India 2011-12. That means farmer, for each person in a month they spend 1436. Next, wage earner or regular laborer, they spend for each person 2002 rupees, and casual farm labor they spend 1159 rupees. The table reveals that self-employed farmer household spends how much? 1436 per capita per month. Similarly, regular wage earners household spend how much? 2200, and casual laborers how much? 1159. Now come to this point. The per capita per month expenditure is least casual laborers household. So from this above, what you learn that from this table we learn that per capita income or per capita monthly expenditure is least where it is in casual laborers. Casual laborers they spend listen carefully. The per capita per month expenditure list, it is not casual labor, rather what, farmer or self-employed. That means they are the person those who spend the lowest money per month. Next, the reason is that this group doesn't get regular employment throughout the year, and the wage rate is also low. That means this group they don't get the work throughout the year, and the wage also or the price also very less. As a result, the household face economic hardships and cannot raise their standard of living, as they don't get regular work every day, and they don't get the better wages. That's why this household face hardship and difficulty, and they can't raise their standard of living. If universal rights and public service determine the outcomes of development, then its impact should be seen on the living standard of this household. That means if we are applying this universal rights and public service, then we can see that it will be impact on this living standard of this household. Our next topic is other development indicators. What are the other development indicators? That is education and health. These are two others indicators of development. What are that? Education and health. Let's begin the paragraph. Have you ever wondered why your parents spend money to educate you? We know that our parents are spending, or your parents are spending money to educate you. Why they don't send you to government school, and why they're sending you to private school spending thousands of rupees? Next question, why is such expenditure necessary? That means other students they go to government school and they study freely, but why it is important to spend such expenditure to teach you in this English medium school? Better access to education and health helps individual to perform different tasks easily and successfully. The reason is that if you get the better education and better health facility, then you can perform different tasks easily and successfully. Because in compared to the Hindi mediums or the government school, better education we get in the private school. So when we get the better education, then we can access what? We can perform different tasks easily and successfully. They can benefit from better employment and other economic opportunities. Why you are studying in private school? To get more knowledge, to have the better education, and that will help us or benefit us to get better employment and other economic opportunities. Child labor is automatically eradicated in society that builds a robust and effective educational system in which every child can gain admission. So in this sentence it is says that child labor is automatically eradicated. That means child labor automatically it has been what? Wiped or eradicated from the society, and because of that what happened? This free and compulsory education is gained for each and every child. Next sentence, an educated person is more capable of resisting any kinds of exploitation in the society. That means in a society we have educated person, then they will resist any kind of what? Exploitation in society. That means because of the education and educated person, slowly what happened? The corruption and exploitation in a society was eradicated. Health service ensure protection against disease and ill health. That means if people are provided health service, then it protect against disease and other ill health. The availability of education and health service is not limited to only those who enjoy their benefits but impact to the entire society. Listen carefully. The availability of education and health service, it is not limited to only who enjoyed their benefits, but what happened? It impacts their entire society. A healthy and educated individual inspire others to seize opportunities for their development. That means those who are healthy and better educated, they inspire others and seize opportunities for their development. That means if in a society there healthy persons are there and educated persons are there, so what happens? They inspire others to develop, and in this way the society is developed. So in this paragraph we will learn that the other two indicators of development, those are education and health. That means we know our parents they spend a huge amount of money for our education. So why they are spending such huge amount of expensive or expenditure? Because better education and better health facilities provides a different person to perform different tasks easily and successfully. And if you are educated better, then we will get what? Better educated employment and better economic opportunities. Child labor is slowly eradicated from the society, and because of and through the child labor or because of child labor, this free and compulsory education up to age 14 is granted. So in a society if there are educated person, the educated person what happen? They eradicate or resist to protect exploitation in a society. And health service also what? Protect against disease and ill health in the society. The Availability of education and health service is not limited only those who enjoy their benefits, but also what it impact to the society. That means if in a society there are healthy and educated persons are there, they inspire to others to develop their society. Next paragraph. Equal access to good education gives women the opportunity to develop their talents and also raise questions about the traditional discrimination against daughters in favor of sons. So in this sentence it is said that equal access to good education gives women the opportunity to develop their talents and raise questions about traditional discrimination against daughters in favor of sons. That means when we are providing equal education to women, then women get the opportunity to develop their talents and raise the question about the traditional discrimination which is available in society in favor of sons. We know that we are living in a male dominated society where so always the boys they get more favorable or more benefit in compared to girls. But while we are giving good education to everyone, then what happen? Women get chance to develop their talents and they raise the questions in the traditional society. Those who are discriminating girls in favor of those are discriminating in the doing discrimination against daughters and showing more favor to sons. An educated woman understands the importance of nutritious food for health and well-being. Listen carefully. That means an educated woman they understand the importance of what? Nutritious food and health and well-being. That means if the women are educated, they understand the importance of what? Nutritious food and health and well-being. Their role in society changes in an environment in which their voices are heard. That means if the women are educated, good in health, so their role in society changes in an environment in the which their voices are heard. That means if they are educated, they raise the voice and their voice are heard in the society where they are living. Nutrition food, safe drinking water and proper sanitation are necessary for creating a healthy society. That means to create a healthy society, what are the things are needed? Nutritious food, safe drinking water and proper sanitation. These are the things which are needed for a healthy society. Countries that ensure such basic service for their people develop more rapidly. That means in a country where such basic facility, what are that? Nutritious food, safe drinking water and proper sanitation are provided. Those countries develop more and rapidly. That means from this paragraph we learn that if you are giving equal education to everyone, that women get chance to develop their talent and they raise the voice in the traditional society where the discrimination against girls are going on in compared to sons. And if the women are educated, they can only understand the importance of nutrition, food, health and well-being. Next, what happened? The role of society. That means if in a society, if there are educated women, if they raise their voice are heard. Next sentence it says that nutritious food, safe drinking water and proper sanitations are important for creating a healthy society. And in the country which is having such kinds of basic facilities, they develop more and rapidly. Our next topic is Human Development Report. Income is seen as important indicator to measure development. So, income is seen. What? Income is seen as an important indicator to measure development. But all-round development cannot be measured by this indicator alone. But if you want to talk and you want to know that next this for all-round development or for holistic development, income is not only the indicator, but there are also what some other indicator. That's why we need to consider other indicators. That means with income we also have to consider other indicators. What are that? Like health and education, etc. The list of such possible indicators can be long, so we have to be choose the most appropriate ones. So if you want to make the list of all these indicators which are part of development, there will be many lists, but we have to what? Minimize or choose the most appropriate one. Only most appropriate one we are going to choose. Education and health are such important indicators that even been used along with income to measure development. That means to measure development, education and health are also two important indicators including income. Listen carefully. To measure development, what are the three things are important? First thing, we know that income is important. So only income is not enough to calculate the holistic development. If you want to find out the other indicators, there are many indicators are there, but we are going to deal and talk about two most important indicators. What are that? Education and health. That means to measure development, not only income but also what? Education and health is also important. For example, the Human Development Reports published by the United Nations Development Program UNDP, United Nations Development Program, uses education, health and life expectancy as indicators to compare the development of different countries. That means according to United Nations Development Program, what are the things or what are the indicators are used for the development? Those are education, health and life expectancy. These are the indicator. Compare the development of different countries. So human development report. So according to that, okay, income is seen as an important indicator for measuring development, but for all the holistic or round development there are many other indicators also. So if you take the list of the indicators, there are many more, but we are going to take the example of two most appropriate indicators. Those are education and health. Next, according to this United Nations Development Program, they says that education, health and life expectancy are the indicators to compare the development of different countries. Next paragraph. Life expectancy is an estimate of the average lifespan of person. That means life expectancy. What is life expectancy? That means the time duration of human being on the earth from the birth to death. So it estimates the average lifespan of person. It estimates how many years a newborn child can be expected to live. Through this life expectancy, what happened? We can estimate how many years a newborn child can be expected to live. That means a newborn baby, how many years it can live on earth. This is an important indicator of all-round development of a country. That means all-round development of a country, which is an important indicator, this lifespan or life expectancy. This is an important indicator. The literacy rate indicates what percentage of population aged above 15 years is literate. So according to the literacy rate, it indicates that what percentage of population aged above 15 years are literate. This rate would increase if education is made available for all children. So from this rate, we can increase that education facilities made for all the children. So in this paragraph we will learn that from the life expectancy is what? It is a estimates of an average lifespan of person, and it estimates that how many years a newborn baby can be alive or expected to live. And this is called what? One of the important indicator for all-round development in a country. In same time, the literacy rate indicates what percentage of population aged above 15 yes is literate. So through the literacy rate we can understand that how many percent of the population those who are age of above 14 are literate, and through that we can raise or increase the education facility available for all the children. Next paragraph. From birth up to the age of 5 years is an important period in human development. That means from the birth to the age of 5, it is what? An important period where human develop in human development. This is the phase during which mental development is the strongest. That means from birth to 5 year, the mental development is what? A strongest time, or the child develop mentally fully or strongly. Children who are malnourished in infancy can be affected for life. That means those who are malnourished. That means those who don't get proper health and proper food, they are affected for life. The most important objective of development is to ensure that our future generation is given chance to live healthy life. Listen carefully. The most important objective of development, what is that? Most important objective of development is that our future generation is given a chance to live a healthy life. That means our future generation has to given a healthy life to develop our society. To develop our society, our future generation has to given a healthy society. There are two ways in which malnutrition in children can be measured. So there are two ways where we can measure the malnutrition of children. Their height and weight at different ages. So if you measure their height and their weight in different ages, then we can find out, or we can measure the malnutrition of the children. Listen, if the height and weight of child is not as expected at certain age, the child is considered to be malnourished. That means according to the age, if the height and weight of the child is less, then we can consider that the child is malnourished. Listen carefully. According to their age, if the height and weight of the child is less, then we consider such child to be what? Malnourished. You can get more information about this measure if you visit the local Anganwadi. So if you go to the local Anganwadi, we can get more information about that, because Anganwadi they have the record of every child's their height, weight, etc. according to their age. We can interpret the following table on the basis of the development indicators. From the following table, we can interpret or explain the development indicators. So what you learn from this paragraph? We learn that from the birth to 5 year, there is what important period of in human development, and during this phase child develop mentally full strongly. Next, those who are malnourished don't get the proper health and food, and during this infancy and childhood, they are affected for their life. So the important objective of development is that our future generation must give a chance to live a healthy life. So there are two ways in which we can measure the nutrition of children, that is according to their height and weight in different phases. So if the height and weight of the child is less as compared to their age, that means we consider that child is malnourished. So to get more information about the children, we can visit our near Anganwadi, and the following table we are going to interpret that on the basis of these development indicators. Development statistic of India and neighboring countries. In Nepal, the life expectancy year is how much? 69 year. Literacy rate how much? 59. Next, malnourished children among all under 5 children. How much? 49. Height for S 49 and weight for S 39. Next, in India, life expectancy how much? Only 65 years. And what is the literacy rate? It is age of 15, 63 only. And malnourished children according to height 48 and weight is 43. China, life expectancy how much? 73 years. Literacy rate 98 and height 10 and weight 4. Sri Lanka, life expectancy how much? 75. Literacy rate 91 and height for is 17 and weight 21. We need to take a consolidated view of income and other goals from human development perspective. We have understood these indicators from this perspective. So, listen carefully. We need to take a consolidated view of income and other goals of human development perspective. That means we have to consider about the income and other goals of human development perspective. That what happen? We have to understand this indicator from this perspective. For that, we have to understand these indicators from this perspective. The impact of development should be seen in better quality of human life, especially in health education related to indicators. That means if you want to develop human life, then we have to take care of what? Health and education. Because health and education only what give chance to develop more. Next paragraph. We use per capita income as a measure to compare different countries. Listen, we use per capita income to measure to compare different countries. The currency of these countries are pegged to be the American dollar. Listen, the currency of these countries are pegged to be the American dollars. For example, how many rupees yen or Nepalese rupees equal a dollar? The Nepali rupees is what? Yen. So how many rupees or yen of Nepalese rupees equal to $1 of America? Listen careful now. Suppose an America with $100 come to India. How many rupees would be his $100 of worth? That means America came to India with having how much? $100. So what will be the actually exchanging price of $100 in India? Going by the currency exchange rate in the market, he would have about 6,500 rupees. That means if an American he come to India with $100 and he want to exchange the money. So when he exchange in the Indian money, so he will get how much? 6,500 rupees. But should we calculate according to the market rate if you want to compare the per capita incomes? That means the question is that he gets 6,500 rupees according to market exchange rate. But the question is that should we calculate according to the market rate if you want to compare the per capita incomes? So shall we calculate according to the market rate if you want to compare the per capita incomes? Listen next paragraph. How do you compare and find out dollar rupees exchange rate if you do not use the market rate? That means if you are not using the dollar rupees exchange rate, then how we can compare or find out the market rate? Surveys are conducted in different countries to find out how many goods and services can be bought with a dollar in this country. Because of that, what happened? Many surveys are conducted in different countries to find out how many goods and services can be bought with a dollar in this country. They did the survey and they find out that how many goods and services can be bought through a dollar from this country. Suppose American in our example bought goods and service worth of $100 in America. How much would have to spend to get the same goods and service when he comes to India? Listen, American in our example bought goods and service worth or price of $100 in America. He purchased a good or service in America by paying how much? $100. But the next is that how much would he have to pay to spend? So he have to spend to get the same goods and service when he comes to India. If he wanted to purchase the same thing in India, how much money he has to pay? Next, now suppose he spent 3,500 to buy the goods and service. An American, he spent how much? 3,500 to purchase or buy the goods and service. Then $1 spent in America would equal to 35 spent in India. That means he spent $1 in America, but that is 35 rupees in India. By doing this, we maintain purchasing power parity. So in this way, we are maintaining our purchasing power. Income among countries is compared by taking purchasing power per parity in account. So income among countries are compared how? By the purchasing power. Next topic is public facilities. We cannot buy all our basic needs and facilities with our personal income. That means how much we are earning. Through that, we can't buy our basic needs and facilities from our personal income. For example, income would not help us to buy pollution-free atmosphere. If we are okay having more money or good income, but through that money we cannot purchase a pollution-free atmosphere. Can we? No. For that we would have to move a place with a pristine environment. So to have a pollution-free environment, we have to move to a place where there is no pollution. Money cannot protect us from infectious and contagious disease. That means through the money, or money cannot protect us from the dangerous disease. Can money? No. Sometimes money can what? Through money, by paying money we can get cure, but sometimes by spending lakhs and crores of rupees also what? We can protect our life. We need to have a clean and sanitary environment to prevent the spread of disease. So to stop the spread of disease, we need to have what? A clean and sanitary environment. Then only it can what? We can protect ourselves from disease. Similarly, private security guard cannot be developed every individual, but a safe and peaceful environment can create for everyone. Similarly, if you are having a private security guard, it is very difficult to what? Appoint from each individual, but safe and peaceful environment can create for everyone. For this we need several facilities, public facilities. Because of that, we need what? Several public facilities. For example, what are that? A safe drinking water supply system would be benefit everyone. That means if you are providing safe drinking water supply system for everyone, then everyone will be benefited. Next, so would basic facilities such as public distribution system that enables people to obtain their ration of goods, grains and other necessary at subsidized rates. Such a system would reduce the level of malnutrition. That means if you are providing such kinds of public facilities, then we can reduce the level of malnutrition. So from this paragraph we will learn that we cannot buy all the basic needs from our personal income. Example, because through the money we cannot purchase the pollution free atmosphere. For that we have to go to a place where there is no pollution. Seems like that through the money we cannot protect ourselves from the dangerous disease. For that we need to have a clean and sanitary environment. Similarly, if we are appointing a private secretary, we can't appoint for each and everyone. But if we are having a peaceful environment, we can create and we can keep safe ourselves. That's why for all these things we need to have several public facilities. Example, we need to have a safe drinking water supply that will benefit for each and every person. So in this way, Government also what provide many kinds of public facilities like food grains, water facilities, electricity, or they're providing subsidies rates, etc. So such a system would reduce the level of malnutrition. If such kinds of systems would provide, then the level of malnutrition will be decreased in our society. Next paragraph. The long-term impact of making basic facilities available to people can be seen from the following example. At the time of independence, the literacy level was very low in Himachal Pradesh. So, if you talk about the time of independence, the literacy level of Himachal Pradesh was very low. It was similar to Madhya Pradesh. It was similar to Madhya Pradesh. It was a challenging task to establish a school in this hilly state. So it was a challenging task that they would establish school in the hilly state. We know that Himachal Pradesh is a state, okay, which is a hilly state. But the people and the government were keen to see the spread of education. That means people of Himachal and the government Himachal, they were eagerly or by excitingly waiting to see the spread of education in Himachal. So in this paragraph what is said that the long-term impact of making basic facilities available people can be seen from the following example. What are the public facilities and how it benefit people, we can see from this example. So what is the example? During independence, the literacy rate of Himachal was very low. It was equal to Madhya Pradesh. Then what happened? The people and the government they challenged to establish school in the hilly state and they wanted to see eagerly the spread of education in Himachal Pradesh. Next paragraph. The government decided to open school to provide free low-cost education. Because of that, what happened? Government decided to open school to provide what? Free and low-cost education. Gradually, these schools were given additional facilities such as more teachers and classrooms, toilets, drinking water, etc. Slowly, what happened? In these schools, they given many facilities. What were the facilities? They appoint more teachers, they given good classroom, toilets, drinking water, etc. And all these things are given. What is surprising is that Himachal Pradesh spent 2005 per students in 2005 compared to all India average of Rs 1049. That means in Himachal how much they spend per student? They spend 2005 in the year of 2005. But in other state of India how much they spend? 1049 only. The state also encouraged the education of girls. In Himachal, they also encourage education for girls. As a result, the education system in the state underwent massive change. Because of this, what happened? There was a lot of changes in the education system of Himachal Pradesh. Infant mortality and girl child mortality was reduced significantly, and because of this education system what happened, infant mortality and girl child mortality were reduced significantly. The women here are more productive and self-reliant, venturing out of their homes to work and also allowing their daughters to work. And the women here are where in the Himachal Pradesh they are more productive and they were what self-dependent. They are going out of their home, they're working, and they also are giving chance their girls to go and work. They become more active in rural institutions and cooperative societies. These women they become what more active in the rural institutions and cooperative societies. In this way, the spread of education led to major change in the state with the literacy rate touching to 83.98%. So this is the present literacy percent of Himachal. The state has progressively and steadily increased its human development index. These are better than most other states. This is better than more other states. So what the government decide to do? They decide to open the school, provide the free education low cost education, and slowly they also increase the number of teachers. They provide good classroom, toilet, drinking water, and water facility, all this. So because of that, what happened, surprisingly, Himachal Pradesh, they spend per student 2005 rupees, while other state they spend only 1049 rupees. So the state also encourage girls education, and that's why the girls education system in the state took a massive change. Next, the infant mortality and girl child mortality rate also what decrease. Next, the women of these states will become more productivity. They become self-dependent. They went out of the home for work, and they also encourage their daughter to work out of the home. They become what more active in the rural institution and cooperative societies. And if you see the literacy rate of this state, okay, now it is 83.98 percentage. We can get glimpse of this change from the table below. Percentage of students who have had 5 or more years of schooling. Listen, we are talking about Himachal Pradesh. Girls in the year of 1993, how much? 39%. But in 2006, it is 60%. Boys in the year of 1993, 57%, and in the year of 2006, it is 75%. This is the word education percentage of Himachal Pradesh. We have tried to understand the concept of development in this chapter. So in this chapter, what we have tried to understand? We have tried to understand the concept of development. We have learned about various available criteria to measure development. In this chapter also we learn that different method for measuring development. We learn about the true meaning of development by estimating the progress in various human development indices based on this criteria. So by different criteria we have tried, or we learn about the true meaning of human development. We learn that society can be considered developed if they score high on norms such as income, literacy rate, life expectancy, and nutrition levels. That means what you learn, society can be considered developed. How? If it has what? Good income, literacy rate, life expectancy, and nutrition levels. If all these things are available in a society, then we can say that the society is fully developed. Hope all of you understand. Sorry, hope all of you understood.